Surprise, surprise. It looks like Jeb Bush is going to be all in. He is announcing that he's announcing that he will announce.
From the Department of Redundancy Department.
The former Florida governor. June 15th, he says, that's when the big announcement comes. So we believe he's going to run. We should discuss.
Let's do that. Joining us this morning, Democratic strategist and former senior advisor to President Bill Clinton, Richard Socarides, and CNN political commentator and Jeb Bush supporter, Anna Navarro. Anna, we seem like geniuses that we booked you for this morning, because here is Jeb Bush's announcement, sort of something, coming soon, 6/15/15. Anna, you're an insider. What information do you have this morning?
Well, let's see. Look, you know, we've got so many people announcing that we now have announcements for the announcements. This has become the normal thing in 2016. I think Jeb has been through this journey now for several months. He's been out there answering questions, shaking hands, talking to voters, listening to voters. He's been to the early states. He's been raising money, a lot of money. I think he's ready to reach a decision. And frankly, you know, look, short of death, serious illness, or getting kidnapped by Martians, I expect him to be in on 6/15, and I can't wait. In at last.
Here's my question about in at last, Anna. Why he waited this long? One of the suppositions is, well, he's been able to raise money unlimitedly with his super PAC because he's not officially in the race, which is legal, is done, but kind of feels like dirty pool. Do you believe that he's playing the money game too much?
Well, it doesn't feel like dirty pool to me. Look, I don't like these finance laws that exist right now, but there's a lot of technicalities and loopholes that you can take advantage of when you are not a federal candidate. And it's what you saw Jeb do. It's what you're seeing Chris Christie do. It's what you're seeing Scott Walker do. The senators, they had nothing to win from not announcing early because they have federal campaigns and they have been federal candidates. The loophole was for those that don't have federal campaigns. So the loophole is there, and yeah, they're being strategic and taking advantage of something that puts them in a better financial position. So everybody's doing it. There's more scrutiny on Jeb, certainly, because he's raised more money and because he's Jeb Bush, and there's always going to be more scrutiny on Jeb. But it's what the crazy laws allow, and you'd be crazy not to take advantage of it.
Well, that's the question. And can I just say to my friend Anna, I mean, let's be real about this. I mean, there was no question that Jeb Bush has been running for president for many, many months now. And he is forced into this announcement this morning because of the increasing legal and political pressure that he's been under to announce, because he was been accused of violating the campaign finance laws. I mean, on this weekend on CBS, Bob Schaefer accused him of violating the campaign finance laws. There have been two days of New York Times articles about this. I mean, this is another unforced error on the part of the Bush campaign, and I was joking a little bit with Anna on Twitter this morning that hopefully maybe it'll go better for him now that he's announced. Maybe it will go better for him now that he's an announced candidate.
Yeah, Anna, go ahead, because I mean he wasn't.
Yeah, my response to you is
today. So what is the timing if not what Richard says?
I don't know what makes you guys think that this was not the day that was planned to be announced. Anybody who's talked to me for the last several, frankly, for more than a month, I have been saying consistently, look, I think it's going to be the third week of June. Talk to any of our colleagues on CNN, anybody in the press, anybody who has asked me, and that was just an educated guess because that's what, to me, made sense strategically. I think this has been a strategic political decision. You know, you guys can go on all your theories, and Richard, yeah, I do hope that he does a good job. That's why he's been out there. He's been learning how to be a candidate, and I've seen him become a better candidate slowly but surely in these months. And I do hope that he's better, but I hope that he's a lot better than what Hillary Clinton has been for the last month and a half. I don't think, you know, she's going to have another launch because her soft launch 6 weeks ago, since then, she's answered no questions and done practically no campaign events except things that are like faked and arranged and orchestrated and made to look like campaign events.
Before we get to Hillary Clinton, we want to touch on something that happened with Ted Cruz, because this is important. Last night he made a joke that many thought was insensitive about Joe Biden. Let's listen to this.
You know, Vice President Joe Biden. You know the nice thing? You don't need a punchline.
This, of course, Richard, the week that Joe Biden's son, Beau Biden, died. So, you know, there's all sorts of talk during a campaign about candidates' character. And I should say that Cruz immediately, well, quickly apologized. Online. He says it was a mistake to use an old joke about Joe Biden during his time of grief, and I sincerely apologize. The loss of his son is heartbreaking and tragic, and our prayers are very much with the vice president and his family. Does this say something about Senator Cruz?
I mean, what do you say about something like this, right? I mean, it's a most unfortunate moment in our political discourse, and everybody has been, you know, so sad for the Biden family, and he has been, you know, he's a family man at his heart. And his son had such a distinguished career. I mean, it's such a sad story. So what do you say about something like this? I mean, the man apologized. I think, you know, people get into this thing. You give the same speech 100 times, right? I mean, I think people are seeing now, though, the kind of discourse that Ted Cruz has got on his campaign trail.
Yeah. Richard, Anna, we have to leave it there. Thanks so much. Great to see you guys. See you again.
That was bad stuff. So now we have good stuff coming up.
Next.